Welcome, welcome, wonderful people of Biafra. You are highly welcome to this very live broadcast. Welcome, 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 my wonderful people of Biafra. Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra all over the world. You are welcome to this very live presentation. This is your live broadcast. We are live and direct. And of course, this very message is reaching you all the way from the studio of Biafra Unite channel / television. Today's date is 15th of May, 2023. And we are live and direct. You all are highly welcome to this very live broadcast. Please, once you are here, endeavor to welcome others because this very message must be preached. And of course, the whole world must hear us. I say to you, welcome once again, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, wherever you are joining me from. It is your own beloved brother, Ordinangwa. We are live and direct. Today's date, like as I said before, is 15th of May, 2023. And the time right now is exactly 16 minutes past 8 p.m. in Biafra land. And wherever you are joining me from, it is 16 minutes top of the hour. That's to show you that we are live and direct. And I want to assure you that Chukwu Kikabiama Bineligwe is bearing us witness. We are not shaken. We are not moved by any propaganda or the attacks from the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. You all are highly welcome, my wonderful brethren. I want to implore you to like and share this very broadcast. It is very, very important that you do so. It doesn't matter where you share it. You can share it on Twitter. You can share it on WhatsApp groups. You can share it on Facebook. You can as well share it on YouTube because you can do so on YouTube as well. I thank you all for being here this very evening. We have some pressing issues at hand, which we will be treating this very evening. We may not take your time. I would want this very broadcast to last only but 1 hour, 20 minutes. So please, once you are here, I will advise you to get your pen and paper, just as our leader usually say, because this very presentation this very evening will be very, very educative. You're welcome once again. Please let me know on the comment section if my voice is loud and clear. One good thing you must do for me now is to like and share the broadcast because we are currently broadcasting on only but one platform, our main YouTube platform, which is Biafra Unite on capital letter. This very platform, as you all know, has been dormant for the past 2 years now. We haven't broadcasted, neither have we posted our pre-recorded broadcast as usual. So we are trying to make it lively once again as it used to be. So lots of Biafran people, millions of Biafrans are not yet aware that we have started broadcasting again on this platform. Many are aware that we are broadcasting on our Facebook page, which is Biafra Unite Television. And many are also aware that we are broadcasting on our Biafra Unite Television YouTube sister channel. But this, our main YouTube channel, has been dormant for the past 2 years, and people are not yet aware that we are broadcasting. So please do your own as I do my own, and your own is to like and share in order to let others know that we are live. Thank you, my wonderful Biafrans. I can see your names. I can see you on the comment section. I can see you, and I think I have to acknowledge some of you who have joined already. Alex Vic, I can see you. You are welcome. Festus Agon, you are welcome. Victor, I can see you. Victor, aka One of the Road. You are highly welcome to this very live broadcast. Kate Oka, for my own, you are highly welcome. Neolino Diambo, my own sister, you are welcome. I thank you for joining this broadcast this very evening. You have been following this very platform for quite a long period of time now. And of course, we all shall do this until the Republic of Biafra is fully restored. We have said no going back. The harder or the tough, the harder the road becomes, the tougher we become. Amechi, you are welcome. Amechi Jonas, I can see you. You are highly welcome to this very live broadcast. Donatus Ikeme, I see you. David Lucas, you are welcome. Polo Abasi, you are welcome. Linus, you are welcome. Thank you for joining. Linus Nwafuru. Helen Peters, my own. You are highly welcome. Thank you for watching and listening from UK. I thank you. Phase 2 Sago, I have mentioned your name before. Mecca, you are welcome. Good evening from here. Amechi Jonas, good evening from here. I have mentioned you before. KC Records, my own. You are welcome. Victor, I have mentioned you before. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Ebochuku, you are welcome. Annie Nature, thank you for being here. Roseline, thank you. Roseline Osiri, you are welcome. Engineer, oh my God, my wonderful people. Esther, I see you. International, thank you all. The names are too many. The names keep coming. I see you all. Fino, you are welcome. Shedrack, I can see you. I see Zuchi. Oh my God. Thank you all. Please, if I do not mention your name, I want to ask you to pardon me, because we do not want to stay here for too long for this very broadcast. I see you all. Thank you for joining me. We have to move with speed immediately. Mighty Dot, thank you for joining me here. Simon and Mecca, we have to move with speed because we have no much time to waste. Like as I said, I want this very broadcast to be less than 1 hour, 30 minutes. So we have to move. So without wasting any time, I want to, of course, show you the update from Biafra Republic government in exile, as we have been doing for the past 2 weeks now. And after that, I will delve into today's program, because we have some very, very important issues to treat this very evening. As you can see, because I want to bring it to the screen so we all read together. Just a moment. Things are happening. Before I give you the full update from Biafra Republic government in exile, I want to show you what is currently going on in the United States of America. First of all, no, before I come to this very place, I want to show you something else first. Just a moment. According to our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, there is something he said this very evening, which I want to bring to the screen. He said, BRGIE update, breaking. The White House has acknowledged the armed conflict and humanitarian crisis in Nigeria, and the State Department has urged travelers to reconsider travel to Nigeria due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and, of course, kidnapping. Many congressmen has joined the petition urging the U.S. to designate Nigeria for temporary protected status, TPS. Now, our stand is on Biafra and Nigeria dissolution as the only solution to all the crisis, terrorism, etc. Prime Minister. This is just a couple of minutes ago, and as you can see, it has already gathered thousands of views already. So, and of course retweet as well. Now this is from the US department, and of course I will show you something again, also from the United States. But before I go to that place, because that is going to be one of our main topic this very evening, I want to bring to you the Biafra Republic government in exile update as at today. So I want you to pay attention, my people. Now on your screen, you can see this is Biafra Republic government in exile official Twitter handle. And based on the update today, of course, this very update was, updated by our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and then Biafra Republic government in exile has to retweet it. Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile has today unveiled a document which certified identity and travel authorization while using different services. This is referred as a passport. BRGIE, hashtag BiafraExit, hashtag MNK, held illegally, PM at Simon Ekpa, at MIC, BRGIE, at UN, and others. So this is the, the document itself on your screen right now as you are watching. Very, very, very important. Some people may say, why are you bringing new passport? We thought Biafra Biafra has a passport. Uche adịrọ njọ. Some people may also say, why are you bringing new passport when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon? Uche adịrọ njọ. We are here to educate. We are here to lecture. We are here to also nurture. So let me educate my people a little bit about this, about these few questions that may be, popping up in your mind. That's why I told you, you must like and share this very broadcast, unless you are not one of us, unless you are here to, to spy us. But if you are here to spy us, I say you are highly welcome. But if you are not here to spy us, kindly endeavor, do me or do Biafra this favor, not me. You are not doing me any favor. Do Biafra this favor to like and share the broadcast. It's very, very important. Now, I'm going to address these few questions that may be popping up into your own mind or some Biafran people's mind. And this very in question is important to be, addressed. You may be saying, why are you bringing a new passport? Is Biafra Republic doesn't have a passport? I thought we have passport. It's a very good, thought and question, because which one are the Now, the answer to that is this: change is the only constant thing in this world. I want you to, that's why I told you from beginning that you have to get your pen and paper, because like as I said before, today's broadcast is going to be very, very educative. We are not among the people who just come and talk online, castigating others without evidence, without analyzing things deeper, in order for people to understand what is on ground and what you are doing. You just come, you put your camera, your phone, because many of them, they use their telephone to broadcast. Some of them that even use, a laptop, they don't know how to make use of it. So we bring things, we analyze it deeply, that you may understand what we are actually doing. Now, when you say, I thought we have passport, I do not blame you for that, because of what? Uchonya de lonjo. Change is the most, or should I say, change is the only constant thing that happens in this world. Change. Whether you, anything you want, do. Change is the only, I said, only constant thing in this world. Because you must update and upgrade. Biafra passport was issued the only first time, and apart from now, before now, the only and last time Biafran passport was issued was between 1967 to 1970, when there was civil war, or should I say genocidal war against the Biafran people, committed by the zoo government and supported by some Western world. So it will be a shame, a very big shame, to this current generation fighting for their liberation from the zoo, and you are still hoping to continuously using the old passport and the same way it was during the time of Ojukwu. So change is the only constant thing, the only thing that happens on a regular basis in human life and in this world is change. So you can change your status, you can change your dress, you can change your bedroom, you can change your clothes, even you can change your look. Because the way you were looking when you were 20 years is no longer the way you are looking now that you are 35. So if you are doing anything you are doing in this world without upgrading and updating, then you are going nowhere. You are not doing anything. You are just stagnant. So that is number one. Then number two question that you may be asking, or that may be popping up in your mind, is that why should you bring a passport when our leader is in the dungeon? I want to give you example with myself. In this very struggle, I will give you this example and then I will use our leader to analyze it. I want you to pay very good attention, because this is what they say. Simon Ekpa made himself a prime minister when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS. He is now the leader. He has appointed himself as a leader. He want to boycott Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He want to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is evil. He is this and that. He has made himself the president. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu is in the DSS. A lot of people have said this, and they keep on saying it up to today. Even they will continue saying it up to tomorrow. But I want to tell you one thing. I pray that we make the time. One thing that I want to tell you today is that me, myself, you all listening to me right now are aware that we are the people who fought gallantly to rescue and stabilize the Biafra agitation the way it is today. Pay very good attention. Like as I said, I'm going to use myself as an example, and then I will use our leader to analyze this very argument. You all listening to me right now can bear me witness that we, me, myself among, are the people who fought gallantly, to stabilize, not before stabilization, to, restore and stabilize the agitation for the restoration of Biafra nation. Me, myself, I am, or should I say, back then, I was at the front runner of this, stabilization and bringing back the agitation, because the criminals who saw their leader wanted to destroy was almost destroyed, or were almost destroyed everything, because that was the initial, or should I say, the agreement with their paymasters. That's why they stopped both the protest. They told the ESN officials to submit their arms, go back to their homes, and they will be called back when duty resumes. When you say they are not going to do anything, what they focus now is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not lie in the zoo court. This one that Ejimofor and co are going to the court each and every time. No, they know very well that the only way the zoo can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is when we give them woto woto. They know you need this one. They know. Because you must, whatever you do, your own cannot be exceptional. You have to compare yourself to what others are doing and what others have done in the past. We are not the only people who have fought for freedom, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the only leader that has been, either arrested or kidnapped from foreign country and rendition to the mother country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the only one. A lot of people have passed through this kind of fate. It happened, even currently is happening to Sisuku of Ambazonia, who is the leader, the original leader of Ambazonia War of Liberation that Dr. Cho Ayaba is currently deputizing today. So Dr. Cho Ayaba still call Ayuk his leader, his president, up to today, up to tomorrow. And his fight today to liberate Ambazonia is also a fight to, to release Sisiku. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the only one. And these fools know very well, these criminals are aware that whatever that made the zoo go that extra mile to, to commit international crime, that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to be in the court. They know. So what they did was to destroy everything, and they said that if you continue to fight, they are not going to release our leader. And when we do anything, they say these people don't want the zoo to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that they did not kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of what we are going to do. They kidnap him because of what he has already done and said. And what has he done? He said he wants freedom, and he organized the Eastern Security Network. That's all. So we fought very hard to keep the struggle going. I was at the forefront. Now, when I had a problem, I did not expect in anyhow, I never expected the struggle to pause. I want you to pay attention. Like as I said, I'm going to use my own self as an example. Then I will use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to analyze it. For the question that is popping up in your mind, why should you bring a new passport when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon? So when I had that problem that I had, which took me almost a year, one good year, because since last year June, I have never done any live broadcast except this year that I came back. So now I never in any way expected the struggle to pause because of me. No. I expected all my comrades, including the new ones, the new people who are joining, to continue until I come back, which is exactly what has happened. Now, bringing it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the questions coming to your mind, which they are now using to propagate online, to propagate their falsehood and their evil, to push their evil agenda online. That is where we are today. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya and forcefully brought back to the zoo, which amount to extraordinary rendition, you will be a fool to think that somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will want the struggle to be on hold until he is out. I want you to pay very, very, very good attention, my people, because what we are doing today is very, very important. Anybody who thought that somehow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would want, the struggle to be on hold, to pause, because now Onona can be enemy. Therefore, the struggle has to be on hold for him to come out first. If you ever in your whole life think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will think that way, then you don't understand anything about freedom. You need to go back to drawing board and learn. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said on one of Barrister Aloy Ejimakor's updates some time ago that everybody should remain on their lane. When he had the information of what autopilot is doing, spearheaded by Mazi Simon Ekpa, he said that everybody should remain on their lane. And when he said everybody, there's a way that I think I don't know if I can see that that update now. I didn't prepare for it. He mentioned Mazi Simon Ekpa. He said that they should stop attacking, or they should stop addressing or talking about attacking Simon Ekpa online. That everybody should remain on their lane, something like that. I may not get the statement right, but I'm going to revisit that very update maybe tomorrow. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot in any way expect us to fold our hands and wait until he comes back, because he knows very well that we are the people who are going to fight for him to be released. Now, as we are fighting for him to be released, we are fighting for our freedom as well, because that is our number one goal before he was kidnapped. Now, as we are fighting for our freedom, which is our number one goal, we must put some certain things in place. Because the world will call you for a meeting. The world will call you for negotiation. The world will call you for consultation, which they have already started. European Union has already called the Biafra Republic government in exile for consultation, which we treated the other day, 2 days ago. Now, when the world calls you for consultations and negotiations, what are you going to bring on table? What are you going to bring to the table? What will you tell them? When they ask you, hey, you want freedom, you want your own republic, do you have international passport for your people to go to travel around the world? Or are you going to have freedom and you still be using the mother country international passport? I want you, that's why I told you, come with your pen and paper, just like as our leader usually say, because today's program will be super. Now, will you be traveling to the world with the mother country's international passport, which you are exiting from? So you are now a free nation while you are still representing the old country where you exited from with your international passport. No, you can use Nigerian international passport while you are still under Nigeria, not when you are already a free nation as Biafra nation. You can never do that. So everything must be put in place. So when they tell you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon and you are fronting a new passport, that is the comment of a fool and people who do not know what it takes to fight for freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not expecting us to pause the struggle, to hold on until he comes out. He knew very well that the struggle must continue. Capital MUST. The struggle must continue. And the level where we are today, where we have the government in exile, the world must call for negotiation and consultation. What do you have to bring to the table? Will you tell them, we used to have international support during the time of Biafra war when Ojukwu them were in charge? So you are so dumb that you don't know that you must upgrade? This is what the world will ask you. Are you that dumb that you are not aware that you must upgrade and update? So these current agitators that they have labeled IPOB autopilot, we are not dumb. We are not dumb. We are the people in this current agitation circle are so enlightened, so educated, so wise. Many of us have traveled far and wide. We have seen things. We are exposed to be dumb. So we know the meaning of upgrade and update. So I hope the question has been settled and answered. Now, moving out of that, we are happy actually because we will be having our international passport ready. Not we will be. We have our international passport ready at the moment. So moving out of that, I will be bringing something very, very interesting to the screen right now, right about now. And I want you to pay very, very good attention, my people. Now, you all know that this is very, very interesting. Very, very, absolutely interesting. And of course, I want you to pay very, very good attention to this, my people. Please, I want to ask again, have you shared and liked this very broadcast? If you haven't done so, you are not doing us any favor. I can assure you. I can assure you. I can assure you. This is very, very important, if not laughable. Now, pay attention, my people. Very, very important, please. Now, if you look at your screen, this is Premium Times Nigeria, which this very information has been, this very news has been reported by almost all the zoo gutter media outlets. So what is it saying? That US imposes visa ban on Nigerians who disrupted 2023 elections. This man you see here is called Anthony Blinken. I don't know if I pronounced the name, correctly, but his name is Blinken. So they said, these individuals have been involved in intimidation of voters through threats and physical violence, the manipulation of vote results. You can see today's date is 15th of May 2023. And of course, this is a breaking news. If you are joining this very program, the first thing you must do is to like and share it. Like and share it. Share it everywhere, both on Twitter, share it on your, if you are using Instagram, share it on Instagram. If you are using if you are on any WhatsApp group, share it on your WhatsApp group, because we are trying to let our people know that we are back in full. We are back in full. We are broadcasting on only one platform, which is, of course, Biafra Unite, Biafra Unite on capital letter. Now, the United States of America on Monday, which is today, announced that it has taken steps to impose visa bans on persons who disrupted the recent general elections in Nigeria. In a statement on the U.S. State Department's website, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said, the United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. Today, I am announcing that we have taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria for undermining the democratic process during Nigeria's 2023 election cycle. Now, moving forward, I want to say something to the United States of America, USA. I want to seriously say something for US, to US government. And what do I want to say to them? First of all, if you look at this place, they said that the United States is committed to support and advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. Those of you who live in the United States of America, I know that many of you are watching right now as I'm speaking. You are watching right now as I'm speaking. If you are watching me, you are watching this broadcast right now, and you are living in the US. I want you to tag some important government officials from the United States of America to this very broadcast. When you share it on your Twitter, tag them, because I want to talk to them. Tag them. If you share the broadcast, this very broadcast on your Twitter, and you are in USA or any other place in the world, and you follow some of these departments, some of the US officials, tag them right now, please. Do so. Very, very important before I address them, because I want to address them. And what I want to say now is very, very important. It's going to help a lot, because maybe they have not thought about this. Yes, we know they are wise, they are white, they are very, very wise, they are educated, but maybe they haven't thought about this, or maybe they have thought about it, but they just decided to play, along the gallery, or maybe they thought we are not aware, maybe we don't know, maybe we don't follow, we are not following up, maybe we are timid. But I want to let them know this evening that we are not in any way timid. Irrespective of the color of our eyes and skin, we are not timid. The United States of America said that they are committed in supporting and advancing democracy in the zoo and around the world. Now, democracy. What is the meaning of democracy in the world today? Democracy. If you are talking about the definition of democracy, it is a system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through elected representatives. That is a simple, definition of democracy. Or you can also, define it in a way that you can say it is a state governed under a system of democracy. Control of an organization or a group by the majority of its members. You can easily, define this word called democracy. Now, does democracy allow kidnapping and the extraordinary rendition of a person who is being considered as a fugitive? The answer is capital no. So how do you do it when you want to, to bring a person considered as a fugitive to the mother country? This same democracy that produced the international law also tells you that the only recognized way of bringing back a fugitive to the mother country is going through the due process, which is arresting the person first in the country that he is or he currently resides, taking that person to the court of that very country, which is seeking permission from the country that has sheltered the person, that has given the person shelter, seeking permission from that very government to extradite this person by presenting the offense that you have claimed committed by this fugitive. So when the government of that country, through their, their relevant and, competent court of, through their court of competent jurisdiction, looks into the offense presented by you with evidences and realize that this person actually committed the offense or the crime that you are alleging or that you are accusing him of, then that very nation will allow you to genuinely extradite the fugitive to the mother nation to face the law. That is what democracy allows. Have you tagged the US government to this very broadcast? So this is democracy. And United States of America or its government will be how do I put it? Will be hypocrites to allow a crime against the same democracy that they are preaching here today to thrive in the zoo while talking about election that just took place few days ago. In other words, the United States of American government is aiding and abetting undemocratic, practices in the zoo in Nigeria while claiming to be supporting and advancing democracy in Nigeria. So they are abetting criminality in Nigeria as it stands today for not standing against the impunity and the crime against humanity that has been committed against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria today by the Nigerian government. The crime of extraordinary rendition is a universal offense. And the US cannot fold their arms and watch the Nigerian government commit such crime without interference. So therefore, if they tell us about democracy today, we can never ever believe them, and we are not interested. We are not interested. I want US to hear this. That's why I'm asking you today to tag them. If you share this very broadcast on Twitter, the first thing you must do is to tag the Department of State. It is not my job to do so. It is not my job to do so. My own is to deliver the message. My own is to deliver the message, not to be sharing it and tagging them. You, as a Biafran listening to me right now, it is your duty and your job to share the gospel of truth, the gospel of redemption, sure that the whole world listens to it. Yes. So what am I trying to say here? The United States of America that we all see today as, as the center of democracy in the world, must stand and do justice. They must, if they want to advance, if they want somehow to support democracy in the zoo and all over the world, they must, as a matter of urgency, stop the zoo from these heinous crime and atrocities that they have committed against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and must not turn a blind eye on the genocidal war that is currently being committed against the Biafran people in the southern, or should I say southeastern part of Nigeria, otherwise known today as Biafra land. It is very, very important. If they want the world to take them seriously, if they want the world to believe what they are saying, if they want the world to believe that yes, truly they are supporting democracy in the zoo and all across the world, they must, as a matter of urgency, stop the zoo from the heinous atrocities that they are currently committing against the Biafran people in Biafran territory. And they must interfere in this very persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been illegally detained and dumped in the DSS dungeon since June 27th, 2021. 2 good years now. We have few weeks to go and making it 2 years that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been held in solitary confinement in the DSS gulag. United States of America must intervene. They must intervene, or else Nobody, the whole world they will recall themselves. The US is going to recall themselves with this singular statement that they are supporting, they are committed to support and advance democracy in Nigeria and all across the world. They have recalled themselves because injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. Injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. Wherever injustice is being committed or done against somebody or against a particular set of people, and other people keep silent, that same injustice will not end there. It's going to affect every single individual all across the globe. That is the reason why P2B will completely fail woefully in the court of the zoo, because he kept silent when his own brother was renditioned, and he knows as educated individual like P2B, as intelligent and wise individual who spent many years in the UK as P2B, who knew the gravity of the offense being committed by the Nigerian government against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he kept mute. Today, this same court that has freed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by law, and they are still holding him in captive today, and P2B has never said anything. He has run back to the same court that has freed his brother while the government refused to release him, and he thinks he's going to get justice. He must be mad. He must be very, very stupid and useless. Because injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. Ofu aka lọta mmanụ, ọ gazu aka n'ile ọnụ. Somebody must tell P2B that he is mad and stupid for keeping quiet when the court of competent jurisdiction in the zoo has freed his brother, while the government say, no, we are not going to obey the court. And this same P2B, who has a very top position in Igbo land today, kept quiet. And today he has gone to that same court seeking justice for election. And he thinks he's going to get it. He thinks even though he gets the justice in the court, that the same government who refused to obey simple court order to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will obey the court order and give him the presidential seat. It is impossible. So US must do the needful by standing against impunity, against the Biafran people, and of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if they want us to take them seriously. Now, in a statement on the U.S. State Department website, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, the United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. Today, I am announcing that we have taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria for undermining the democratic process during Nigeria's 2023 election cycle. He clarified that the visa ban is specific to certain individuals and is not directed at the Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria as a whole. According to him, according to the statement, these individuals under U.S. Immigration and Nationality Act will be subjected to restrictions on visas to the United States under a policy covering those believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy. These individuals have been involved in intimidation of voters through threats and physical violence, the manipulation of vote results, and other activity that undermines Nigeria's democratic process, Mr. Blinken said. Now, I want to tell the obedient people not to rejoice, because these very, visa restrictions does not help anything. although it's going to scare some of them because many of these government officials in the zoo have properties and houses in the United States of America. Many of them have dual citizenship of Nigeria and USA. That's why once they come down from their office, immediately they rush back to US, just like the murderer in Anambra State, the former Anambra State governor who killed many Biafrans in Onitsha Head Bridge, Willie Obiano, Ikwi. So many of them, both the Igbo ones and the Fulani ones, the Northerners, they have either US citizenship or UK citizenship. So once they come down from the office, is either they run for a second, another office in order to keep on being protected by the useless law that they call immunity. So, and when they fail to obtain another office that will shed them, they run to US or UK. So the visa restriction is going to affect them, but it's just for a matter of time. It will affect them because many of them, 80% of them, if not 90, have properties in the USA, because that is where they go to enjoy the stolen money that they steal from Nigeria. So they are so idiotic that they steal money from the zoo. Instead of using that money to better the lives of the people, they go and invest it in USA, another man's country, and give them jobs over there. They provide job opportunities for the citizens of other nations while their own citizens suffer. Why their own citizens wallow in poverty and they do not have job. There is no job opportunities for the citizens of Nigeria. Why these government officials keep on providing job opportunities for the citizens of other nations almost each and every year. That's why the zoo can never work. So for the visa ban may affect them a little bit, but it does not change anything. So for the obedient people, the only solution is the disintegration of the zoo. Even though you restrict them, it can never ever make Peter Obi the president of the zoo. The deal is done. Tinubu has been declared winner and there is no going back. So obedient who may be happy hearing this news, you must understand that the visa restrictions to these officials does not change anything. Obi goes nowhere. So I'm going to show you the names, of course. Now, the decision to take steps to impose visa restrictions, he said, reflect to the continued commitment of the United States to support Nigeria's aspirations to strengthen democracy and the rule of law. However, the US did not name the Nigerians affected by the latest visa ban, although some Nigerians, including controversial Lagos bus transport chief Musiliu Akinsanya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, were caught on video threatening potential voters. Now, this Oluomo of a person, I have never mentioned his name before. I have never talked about him before. I don't even care about him. To me, he does not exist. But given the atrocity that he committed during and after the fraudulent election on the 25th of February 2023, an Igbo famous billionaire, a young Igbo man called KC, and his brother, what's his name? Somebody remind me on the comment section. E-Money. A famous Igbo young billionaire, E-Money, and his brother, musician, KC, were caught on video hailing and elogizing this thief called MC Oluomo. So KC and his brother, for the love we have for them as young boys who are doing Igbo proud, but especially in the entertainment scene, somebody must tag them also on Twitter especially. If you have shared this broadcast on Twitter, please, I want you to take a minute to tag KC here. Carolina, my beloved sister, Ada Biafra, Omalicha Nwanyị, you are welcome to this very broadcast. Please, I want somebody to use only but 1 minute to tag KC or E-Money to this broadcast. I want to briefly talk to them. This is not why I'm here, but I don't know if I will have time for them in the future to talk about that video. I want to use this medium to speak to them briefly while we continue. And I want them to be tagged immediately. Now, KC and his brother, I don't know if E-Money is his younger brother or his senior brother, I don't know. But they must, when you say must, capital M-E, capital M-U-S-T, capital one, they must come to the public to tell the leave alone Biafrans, to tell the Igbo nation that very video that has been circulated all over the social media platforms is an old video. They have only one option. And out of that one option, they have only one means to be forgiven. The only one option they have is that they must come to the social media which they have been using, which they have very big presence, to tell the Igbo nation that very video that has been circulated all over the social media is an old video. That is the only way we can forgive them. No, the only option they have is that they must come to social media to speak. And the only way we can forgive them is to tell us that video is an old video. Or else, this very vote of no confidence that is coming on the 29th of this month of May, I will be the one to sponsor the bill to include KC and his brother, E-Money, on that very vote of no confidence, and they will receive woto woto the same way other evil Igbo politicians will receive woto woto after that very vote of no confidence. When I say this, I mean it very, very serious. I don't joke. This is not a joking matter. This is not a joking matter. KC and his brother will leave Igbo land. They will be banished. They will be banished. It doesn't matter how much they have. KC and his brother will leave Igbo land for that very atrocity that they have committed. After this same idiotic Oluomo chased Igbos away from Lagos, set their shops ablaze after, before, during, and after the election, we now seeing a video where KC and his brother idiotically hailing this murderer, drinking champagne all together, hailing him, calling him a man. So KC, you are calling Oluomo a man for killing your own brothers in Lagos. We shall see about this. We shall see about this. We shall see about this. You have destroyed your reputation. No any Igbo man will have any regard on you again. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be crying by now, and you should be making plans to leave Igbo land after 29th, because we will cast vote of no confidence on you and your brother, and no Igbo man will patronize your music again. And this thing will not end here. When I will start broadcasting on all our full platforms within days from now, you all know, you know how it is. They know very well. Within days, we will start broadcasting on all our platforms, and this message will get to them. If they don't hear it now, they will hear it in coming days. KC and his brother, you have only one chance to come to the media and tell the Igbo nation that that very video was an old video. Even if you want to lie to save yourself. If not, it's not going to end well, my dear. Now, Nigeria's most recent elections were held on 25th February and 18th March for federal and state elections, respectively. The process was fraught with a number of irregularities, including pockets of violence in different parts of the country. The presidential election held on 25th February produced Bola Tinubu as president-elect. He will be sworn in on 29th May, although his two main opponents are challenging his election in court. That is the end of this very publication. But I have received some names. I've gotten some names, of the people that the US has actually, mentioned for the visa ban imposition. So let me bring it to the screen for you to see the names of the people that I have received. Why I will show the names is because I got this list from from our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa. So that's why I will be bringing it to the screen, because the write-up already said that the names are not mentioned, but because I got these very names from the Twitter handle of our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa, that's the reason why I will be bringing it to the screen, because it is believed to be real. Just a minute. Now, these are the names of these are the purported names that will be facing visa restrictions from the United States of America. So let us read them. US visa ban list to include 31 FCT professor Olayemi Akiwumi, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Lokoja. Other key election rigging enablers. Number 1, Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Ezenwa Wike. Number 2, Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma. Number 3, Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Number 4, INEC ICT Director, Engineer Paul Omokore. Number 5, Olufemi Odumbiyi, former Commissioner of Science and Technology in Lagos State and APC Chieftain. And number 6, Lagos State Parks Management Committee Chairman Musiliu Akinsanya, aka MC Oluomo. Number 7, former Governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose. Number 8, this is number 7, and this one is number 8. Former Aviation Minister Femi Fani Kayode. Number 9, President-elect Bola Tinubu spokesperson Bayo Onanuga. So this is Bola Tinubu spokesperson, not Tinubu himself. But we want to know if Tinubu is included. If Tinubu is not included here, then it is the same thing that I have just said about US. You cannot enabling undemocratic activities in the zoo and in the public you are claiming to be, promoting democracy. But let's continue first. Maybe his name is on the other page. Number 10, APC Campaign Council spokesman Festus Keyamo. Number 11, Dr. Nnemeka Ogbene, INEC returning officer in Kano East local government area of Enugu State. And number 12, Lagos State Commissioner of Police Idowu Omohunwa. Number 13, Rivers State Commissioner of Police Okon Effion Okon. Number 14, Enugu State Commissioner of Police Ahmed Amani. Number 15, Delta State Commissioner of Police Ari Muhammad Ali. You see, Commissioner of Police, all of them, A to Z, are all Fulani. Commissioner. This Commissioner of Police, in the zoo, Commissioner of Police is the head of police in every state. The head, only in the police in a state, that is the Commissioner of Police. Nobody is bigger than him in the entire state. So in other words, in the zoo here we have 36 Commissioner of Police plus the overall chief, which is in FCT Abuja, which is the Inspector General of Police. All of them are all Fulani, including that one in Anambra State is a Fulani. In Imo State is a Fulani man. The one in Anambra State, Cheng. I don't know if he's from Calabar or from Middle Belt. I don't know yet. Now, Enugu State Commissioner of Police Ahmed Amani Fulani. Number 15, Delta State Commissioner of Police Ari Muhammad Ali Fulani. Anambra State Commissioner of Police Echeng. Imo State Commissioner of Police Rabiu Hussaini Fulani. Number 18, Kogi State Commissioner of Police Chuka Ebuka Oemechanyo. There are Alama people everywhere. Number 19, Nasarawa State Commissioner of Police Mayaki Muhammad Baba Okwa Fulani. Number 20, Kaduna State Commissioner of Police Yekini Ayoku. Of course, you know where he come from. Number 21, Kano State Commissioner of Police Abubakar Lawa Fulani. Number 22, Borno State Commissioner of Police Abdu Umaru. The zoo is gone. The zoo is gone. Now let us see the other page. Let us see the other page. We are at number 20. This is a different one. Oh, this is different, eh? But let's continue from here. Number 10 here. So this is quite different because the number did not rhyme with the first one. So this one says Edo Professor Nyawudo Ndaeyo, Vice Chancellor University of Uyo, Akwa Ibom. 11, Ekiti Professor Akim Laisisi, Vice Chancellor Federal University of Health Sciences, Sciences, Ela Orangun. 12, Gombe Professor Maimuna Waziru, Vice Chancellor Federal University, Gashua. So these people, what concern these people with election? That is to show you how they always fight for their personal interest. What is the business of these university people and all that with election? I don't know. What is their interest? Zoological Republic. Now, 14, Kaduna Professor Saleh Ado Amadu Bello University, Abu Zaria. 15, Kano Professor Suleiman Bilbis Otman Danfodio University, Sokoto State. 16, Katsina Professor Muazu Abubakar Gusau, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Gusau, Zamfara State. 17, KB, Professor Usman Swaidu. 18, Kogi, Professor Wahab Ebengole, Vice Chancellor, University of Ilorin. 19, Kwara, Professor Paul Anunne Joseph Sarwan, Taraka University, Makodi, formerly Federal University of Agriculture, Lagos, Professor Adenike Oladiji, Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Technology, Akure. 20, Nasarawa, Professor Ishaya Tanko, Vice Chancellor, University of Jos. 21, Niger, Professor Clement Alawa, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, University of Abuja. 22, Ogun, Professor Kayode Adebowale, Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan. 23, Ondo, Professor Abayomi Fashina, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Oye-Ekiti. Is it Oye-Ekiti or Ado-Ekiti? I don't know. 24, Oshun, Professor Tolulope Ogunsola, Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos. 25, Oyo, Professor Olusola Kehinde, Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. 26, Plateau, Professor Shehu Abdurrahman, Federal University of Lafia. 27, Rivers, Professor William Adias, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Otueke, Bayelsa State. 28, Sokoto, Professor Muhammadu Kabir Bala, Vice Chancellor, Ahmedu Bello University, Zaria. 29, Taraba, Professor Muhammad Ahmad Abdulaziz, Vice Chancellor, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, Atbu. Yobe, Professor Umaru Pate, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Kashere, Gombe State. Number 30, Zamfara, Professor Kashim Shehu. Number 31, FCT, Professor Oluyemi Akiwumi, Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Lokoja. Other key election rigging enablers. Number 1, Governor of Rivers State. Okay, now this is where they started the other page, which we have already read. So these are the people that they claim that will be facing US visa ban for election rigging, which brought Tifnubu into becoming the president of the Federal Republic of the Zoo, Animal Kingdom. So having said that, it does not matter whether Tinubu, whether they ban them or not. So as you can see, the name of Tinubu is not mentioned there as the people who will be facing this visa ban. In other words, US, America still enabling undemocratic practices in the zoo. Because after Mahmoud Yakubu, who happens to be the chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Tinubu must be the second name on the list. And thirdly, the impostor who claimed to be the President Muhammadu Buhari should be the third on the list. Before you start talking about Rochas, Okorocha, Devil, Mahi, and all of them. These three names must be the first, second, and third names. So since they are not there, it is still fraudulent. It is a fraud. As it stands now, if these names that I have read out are the names who will be, involved on this visa ban of a thing, then it is still fraudulent. There are no two ways about it. They cannot escape it. Never. Now, in conclusion, I want to bring something. I wanted to take my time to analyze this, but because of my time, I may not make it to properly analyze what I'm about to bring to the screen right now. And this is very, very important information. And I want you to pay attention. I pray that God will help me to analyze it. I don't know, maybe today I may allow one or two persons to, to call in and make their contribution. But before I do that, let me bring this to your screen. Now, yesterday, recall that we made a broadcast. Those of you who follow us on our Facebook page, you must have, seen the broadcast, the pre-recorded broadcast that we did yesterday, where the military officers confirmed that Nigeria will not survive as a country. And here we want to bring it to your notice for you to see the authenticity of that very news, and we have to touch it. I want to read it in full, even though I will not analyze it properly, because during that my pre-recorded broadcast, I did not read it in full. I promised to talk about it during my live broadcast. And here we are. This is Sahara Reporters, for those who will say it is a propaganda. Now, military officers raise alarm over corruption, ethnic and religious bigots in Nigeria army, warn of dangers. Some military officers, under the aegis of concerned patriotic military officers, have raised the alarm over the state of the nation, which it said has become increasingly impossible to guarantee the survival of Nigeria as a country. Military officers are the ones talking. Osetigo, Munnem. Military officers of the zoo are the ones talking, not me. They say that based on the corruption which has eaten deep into the military, because of course you all know that the zoo as it stands today is not being, held or being bound as a one nation by mutual understanding, mutual agreement, by willing, we are not one today willingly as a people who come together and decide to be in one nation with love, peace, and unity. There is nothing like that. We are being bound together today at a gunpoint, not that we want to be together. So now, who holds this gun? The people that hold this gun are the military officers. So they are now telling you that it is now impossible to guarantee the survival of the so-called country. Now let us continue reading. God is wonderful. God is wonderful. The group raised its concerns in an open letter addressed to the presidency, Senate, and service chiefs titled the military promoting grave injustice and unprofessionalism to destroy Nigeria. It described the Nigerian army as a place with religious bigots and injustice. In the letter obtained by Sahara Reporters on Sunday, which was yesterday, the group warned that if the situation must be changed, there must be a radical response to destroy the evil roots that have made the country Nigeria a failed nation. So, in other words, the military that holds the gun that bound the so-called that bound the people in one Nigeria is aware that the so-called country is a failed nation. So what you see them doing today is camouflage. That's why I'm bringing this to the public. That's why I needed time to analyze it. So whatever you see the military doing today, they say they are fighting Boko Haram, they are fighting ISWAP, they are fighting, herdsmen or whatever, coming to slaughter people in Biafran territory. They are doing it out of camouflage because they know, based on what you are seeing on your screen, they know that the zoo is already a failed country, not nation, a failed country, a failed contraption. They know. So they are camouflaging because once the order is given from top, you cannot say no. If you say no, you will be court-martialed. So you must carry out the order. If they tell you go to Imo State and slaughter people in Olo, you rush. You go there and do what you have been commanded to do. If they tell you go to Anambra, go to Ihiala or Sumo, go there and slaughter people, you rush there. Kill anybody you see because that is the order that has been given to you from your superior, who happens to be a Fulani man. Now, the group said, there was a time when Nigerians could live in full satisfaction from fundamental provisions of the state, such as security, safety, means of livelihood, and all-inclusiveness. These provisions have been killed by few enemies of the state who seek to advance only their interests. This is an open letter to those who care to force the wind of change from all spheres of life in Nigeria. The main glue or unifying force. Now, pay attention. Pay attention to this is what I just said a few minutes ago. The main glue or unifying force that has kept Nigeria afloat is the military. Did you get that now? This is what I just said not up to 2 minutes ago. That the only thing that bound the zoo, the only thing that bounds all the ethnic nationalities in the zoo together today is the gun in the hands of the military. We are being bounded at a gunpoint. Not that we willingly decided to be together as one nation. We are not in this union willingly. We are in the union by fire by force. That's why we will fight it by fire by force to free ourselves. Anybody telling you you will free yourself out of pleading with the zoo or begging them to leave you when you are being held together at a gunpoint, that person is a fool. Anybody singing no by preaching when you are being held together at a gunpoint. Onyanwa nwere mental disorder. Onyanwa amalife. Onyanwa no far from. Onyanwa no far. The distance or not the very far. Onyanwa amalife. Ijide onyanwa ife obolo soligi meya. Biafran so na ife m na-ekwu. Anybody singing na. You see, the military is confirming it. Look at it here. I'm not the one who wrote it. I'm reading from Sahara Reporters. And remember that when any zoo media outlet reports something that is against the zoo, you don't need any verification. Because all these platforms in the zoo can do anything to save the zoo, to serve and to save the zoo. Because that is where they earn from. They earn from the bribery and corruption from the government officials. They earn from, brown envelope journalism. That's why we call them gutter media outlets. So whenever you see them manage anyhow, somehow manage to write something that goes contrary to their paymasters, then you don't need any evidence, you don't need any verification. That is pure and authentic. So for Sahara Reporters publishing this type of news, then you don't need to verify it, because this is against the zoo. This very publication goes against the zoo. So for Sahara Reporters to publish it, which you all know that Sahara Reporters can tarnish the image of anybody who wants to divide the zoo in order to continue getting their payment from the government officials, and they are publishing this type of news, then you don't need any evidence. You cannot verify it. This is real. So they said the main glue or unifying force that has kept Nigeria afloat is the military, which is at a gunpoint. You must be here or you die. You must be here or we shoot. I don't know if my people are following. This place now is very important for Biafran people. You see, these two paragraphs is one of the most important place for Biafran people. Is the one of the most important place to be utilized on our quest for freedom. Because some people say, there's a word Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said very, very many years ago. Excuse me. Let me sip some water. I want to say something very important. Now, there's a word Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said very many years ago. He said, I will destroy the zoo with truth. I will destroy the zoo with the truth. Some umokoko who are not spiritually inclined to understand the meaning of that word, to understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying every time. Every time. Amapota, I will destroy the zoo with the truth without shooting a bullet. Every time. I will without understanding what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu meant. Thank you, Helen Peters. God bless you. He said that I will destroy the zoo with the truth. But when the time came, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu formed Eastern Security Network and armed them. Because he knew that we were held in this union at a gunpoint, and you must free yourself with the same gun that they use in holding you in captive. I don't know if I'm making it clear to everybody who is listening. Look at it here. The military is saying it today that the main glue or unifying force that has kept the zoo afloat is the military. So, in other words, they hold every ethnic nationality in the zoo today by force with guns and bullets. You must agree or you go down. And for you to be free from this unifying force from the military, you must challenge them with the same thing that they use in holding you together, in holding you down in this very forceful unification or forceful marriage, forced marriage. You must challenge them with the same thing that they hold to free yourself. How many times have I said, before even this publication, I've been saying it, that the presidency in Abuja is not the reason why we, the Biafran people, are still being seen today as Nigerians? How many times have I said it, that the governors are not the reason why we are being called Nigerians today? It is not because we are using Naira. It is not because we are using Nigerian passport. It's not because of this House of Representatives from Biafran territory are going to Abuja in the name of representing us. That is not the reason why we are called Nigerians today. The only reason why we are called Nigerians today is because you have the Nigerian military in our land. You have the Nigerian police in our land. You have the Nigerian Air Force in our land. You have the Nigerian DSS in our land today. And once we get rid of them, then we are free. The so-called Buhari cannot in any way come to rule us in Biafran territory. Whether he's ruling from Abuja or he come here to rule us, it is not possible. Once the military is being eradicated from our land. I have said that time without number. And those of you listening now will bear me witness. Yes, you can bear me witness of that. And today, the military has confirmed it. Mm, mm. Wow. Now, they said, unfortunately, the military has ravaged by selfish, evil, unprofessional, greedy, sentimental, unpatriotic, ethnic, and religious bigots who are determined to grow and nurture like-minded successors, all to the detriment of this beloved nation, contraption of this beloved, their beloved contraption. There is no nationhood in the zoo. Now, imagine that Nigeria has been at war for over 13 years and the country has less than 250 officers. Oh, Chineke melu ebere. Hi. Last year, I was given the number of the military and police officers in the zoo. I told you that the zoo military is not more than 200,000. Okay. I love this. This made me cry now. Wants to make me shed tears. I said that they are not up to 200. They are not up to 200,000. And here they are today confirming it. It was last year. And every year they said they are recruiting. Every year they said they are recruiting. The other time they said they have recruited how many thousand? Including bringing the so-called repentant Boko Haram members into the military. And they are now telling you, now imagine that Nigeria has been at war for over 13 years and the country has less than 250,000 officers and soldiers, but only a fraction of them have participated genuinely in this war. The Nigerian army is the most guilty of the services that will catalyze the destruction of Nigeria. The kind of evil in the army is beyond comprehension. Wow. Wow. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. Now, the group added, there are soldiers who have served in army headquarters in Abuja for 10 to 15 years and beyond. All permanent, all permanent, what? All permanent in Abuja without going for any war. They are all permanent. They are all there. They don't move. They don't go to any war. They are just there, but they are taking salary, wearing uniform each and every year. Now, they are not going to any war, while others continue to remain at war or are rotated and taken back after a short period. The same army, but different treatment because of sentiment. The generals keep soldiers with them who they only send for foreign missions to make money, while the godfatherless continue to fight for the country even entitlements are not paid correctly. Did you get that? So in other words, once you are in the army and you don't have godfather, you are the one they will send to Hadinkai. They call it Hadinkai. The one facing Iswap is Hadinkai. Now you are the one they will send to the east to go and slaughter people in the name of fighting UGM or maybe ESN. Now you don't have godfather. And who are those ones that don't have godfather? The Igbo soldiers. Because every Fulani soldier has a godfather, for sure, every. And the 95% of Yoruba soldiers have godfathers, while Fulani, 100% of Fulani soldiers have godfather. You get that? So now, those Igbo soldiers, that's why some time ago, when uh, when the women came out to protest, you saw some soldiers lying them down. Those soldiers were speaking Igbo. They were Igbo army officers. You see, because their bosses, their superior, has commanded them to go and commit that evil against their own people, and they have no option. They have no option than to obey. The video went viral. They lied our mothers down. I think that happened in Enugu State, if I'm not mistaken, or in Anambra. They lied them down, flogging them like children. Our mothers were crying. Akwagom, anya mmiri gosi am n'anya oge m watch that video. The video ekwe me from watch. They were Igbo soldiers speaking Igbo on that video. Why punishing our genuine mothers who came to protest against something that is not, beneficial to them, against something that is destroying their means of livelihood? They sent soldiers against them, and these soldiers happen to be Igbo soldiers. And that reminds me, I want to use this opportunity to announce that after 29th of this month, and you are a soldier from the eastern part of the zoo, otherwise known as Biafra territory, and you are still wearing that khaki in Biafra land, anything, if I have the opportunity, if I want, I will record it and release the news. If I don't want, I will leave it. Anybody that will come out to say, like, if you are on your own. You're on your own. Because this time around, Egwe change go. The ones fighting are not useless, but are the heroes receiving bad treatment due to lack of godfathers. Soldiers prepare to throw this country into confusion because the few that are enjoying are the cowards and can't face the ones suffering. According to Nigerian military officers of corruption, the group explained that during the 2023 elections, funds made available for the welfare of soldiers were siphoned by army headquarters, adding that those monies were shared with their commanders who conducted the elections. Wow. Corruption in the highest places, in the highest order. The group alleged that some officers used the stolen funds to buy estates and assets all over Nigeria. It said the officers too, some will never take part in war, but they enjoy the most. Imagine the army becoming a regional army where officers and soldiers are sent to serve in their states because they can afford to pay for postings. Oh, so Aluneme. So in other words, the soldiers can pay for whenever they want to be posted to. If you want to be posted to Abuja, you pay for it. You pay you through your godfather, you get the post, or you will be posted wherever you want. If you want to be posted to Lagos, where there is relatively peace, you pay through your godfather, you'll be posted to Lagos. Wow. Without this, we will not be aware of this. We wouldn't know about this. So this is what is happening. Wow. The zoo is gone for good. The zoo is gone for the betterment of Biafra and other ethnic groups that want to secede from the zoo. The zoo is good, is gone. It is not salvageable. You cannot salvage the zoo. Is gone because the military is one telling you that they pay money to be posted to their own desired destinations. You see that? No be juju be that. Some soldiers and officers will serve in places to make money. Then when they finish, they pay money to return to Abuja and serve. Some officers will dodge. Some officers will dodge. Then, as colonel or general, they will go as chief of staff to the war zone, because at the level they will not take part just to appear on record, and they have served there. Some even go as MA to hide. Enough is enough. There are many things these injustices can cause. Let it cause now. You must resign now, all of you lamenting. They, however, warn that unless these issues are addressed immediately and squarely, selling of ammunition cannot stop in the army. No be juju be that. Now that one concern me. Now, again, this country should know that the soldiers and officers who are treated badly can create confusion within and outside the army, the group said. Why calling on Nigerians to wake up and seize the country now before it is too late? The group disclosed that foreigners are even coming to collect their lands in the face of wicked, selfish leaders and their selfish few followers. They will collect your land, not Biafra land. Biafra land can never be given to anybody, nobody. Akamorono. They advise that if there is any part of Nigeria considered irrelevant, that region should be allowed to go their way. Wow. Finally. Wow, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think I can put the line on the screen so that any of you that want to call, you can call in right now and make your contribution. We are winding down, sorry. We are winding down. We are coming to the end of this very broadcast. So you are free now to call in and make your contribution while we continue until the end of the broadcast. So this place now is one of the most important places again. You see that? The soldiers say they advise that if there is any part of Nigeria considered irrelevant, that region should be allowed to go their way. Of course, their separate way. So we have considered ourselves irrelevant to the zoo. We know the importance of Eastern region in Nigeria. We know, because what makes the zoo the so-called giant of Africa today is coming from Biafra territory. Remember, there is gold in Nigeria. There is gold in Yoruba land in a very large quantity that can serve even all the Africa. There is gold. There is also diamond. There is diamond in Adamawa. Let me receive this call first. Yes, Nwachineke, you are welcome to the show. Please go ahead. Tell us your name if necessary and where you're calling from. Yes. And Wachineke, you are welcome.
Good evening from here.
Good evening. Kedonya Muniane, are it possible to tell us your name and where you're calling from? If possible, please go ahead.
The most important thing is that we are Biafra.
Of course, go ahead.
From my location.
Of course, go ahead, my brother.
So, yeah, my brother, I am really excited. I am really happy. In fact, today's analysis was 1001. I don't know if I said in fact, one problem we all Biafra fail to understand that now all these things that is happening is political motivated.
Sure.
I hope that time has come that people will understand that America, UN are failing because of the Akazo.
Of course.
You understand? But the most important thing is that everybody is ignoring them and they're marching forward to the destination.
Of course.
One thing my Biafran brothers fail to understand is that I said it last time I called you and I'm still repeating it. That all these shenanigans and anime will never help us.
Never.
If you know the right thing to do, go and do your own. Allow any other person to do. At the end of the day,
of course.
I don't understand. This thing, they are just distracting. Anyway, I thank God that Master Simon is not is overlooking them and keep marching forward. One particular thing I want to touch on this your analysis about going forward, marching with Biafran passports, meeting all those things. You cannot expect people because if Nigerian government expect, but they fail. It was fail on arrival.
Yeah.
They thought that everything about Biafra
will end. Yes,
but
yes.
Like that. Even Mas also which I know that Chineke but also that today Biafra movement will never stop.
Definitely.
Because we have millions. We have millions. Now, what I want to say, because I want to say it briefly so that other people will do. If a man Simon name or the right thing, put also free and the cano, and we keep every son and the cano.
No. We need freedom now.
No.
Our freedom will release Mazin and the cano for sure.
Okay, if you notice this time around now, by this Biafran Republic of Israel, if we even investigate the international community, in as much as Nando Koko, because all they want to open up, nothing will happen. If we look at everything when I get international community, because someone will not just anyhow person talking. You understand? So, where the Simon Gane put all these things? Even though there are some things, some will go to the feeling that my Simon National the cano. No, he is moving the same. Everyone all the very Mazi Potaquasia or see a Mamukeli, the Verogosia, you want a bit from there. How the ancient Amazon and the cano put or the one we don't want to broadcast
and I could camera.
No,
if I do time, I do.
Yeah, what are those we cannot make a money to almost
yeah,
I am so anyway. They don't know you want part two. I understand because
I did you, my brother. Thank you. God bless you.
So thank you and keep
definitely
keep moving it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right.
That's wonderful. That's a very, very wonderful contribution from our brother. And now we move. You see here, And there is something I did not talk about, and I think because Ogonyeji Tetora Botutia, Biafra Republic government in exile has also opened and commissioned, or should I say, registered our Biafra office in Australia. It is now completely registered and up and running. I don't know if it has been commissioned, but it is now completely set up and registered in the Australian government. So this is a breaking news, and of course, it is one of the best news today. I apologize to Biafrans that I did not, announce it earlier when I was, giving updates concerning Biafra Republic government in exile, dealings for today's update. So, but that's why I said, it is a breaking news, and of course, one of the biggest news today. It is quite unfortunate. I will show the picture if the time permits me. Our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa broke the news earlier today. So it is a wonderful achievement for every Biafran in the world, whether you are in Australia or you are in any other place in the world. For us to have our Biafra Republic government in exile liaison office registered in Australia is a huge achievement. So we thank God for that. And now we have to continue. They advise that if there is any part of Nigeria considered irrelevant, that region should be allowed to go their way. So we are not irrelevant in the zoo. Our part, our land, our region is never irrelevant. Rather, our region is considered the most relevant region in the zoo, because the so-called giant of Africa today that the zoo has, labeled themselves or them herself. The reason for that is coming from Biafra territory. So, but we have made ourselves, we have considered ourselves and our land irrelevant to the zoo. So let us leave. We want to go. Now, there is gold in large quantity in Osun State. There is gold in large quantity in Ogun State. There is also gold in large quantity in Ondo State. Where is Ibadan located? I think Ibadan is in Ibadan. Somebody help me on the comment section. Which state is Ibadan located? I think it's in Osun. Ibadan. Which state is Ibadan located? Is it Osun State or where? Somebody help me on the comment section. Somebody who is following live should help me. I think it's in Imanucha na Abia. Anya Kapa. Somebody help me. Ibadan. Ibadan is in Osun State, if I'm not mistaken. There is gold in large quantity. Oyo, thank you. Okay, George, thank you. Oyo State, yeah. Yeah, Oyo, thank you. Thank you. I'm but Uche na Abia. Sometimes you forget. Now, there is gold in large quantity in Oyo State. So, if the Oduduwa people do not want to go at the moment, so the zoo as an entity, as a contraption, can be managing the gold in Yoruba land to succeed or to survive. Now, if the Yoruba land, the Oduduwas, decide to go the same time that Biafrans are going, there is diamond in a very large quantity in Adamawa State. There is diamond, and they are mining it. As I'm speaking to you today, they are mining it. They are mining diamond in Adamawa today. All those big Alhaji, they are mining diamond in Adamawa today. They are not doing it in the name of Nigeria. The government is not doing it to fill the purse of the Nigerian government. But Nigerian government, because it is being controlled by the Fulani, is allowing individuals, alhajis, who are also in the government, to be mining the diamond in Adamawa today, and they are using it for their selfish interests, not as Nigeria, but as individuals. As I'm talking to you today, the diamond mining activities is going on each and every day in Adamawa State. Now, apart from the gold, which is located in the southwest, there is gold in a very large quantity in Zamfara. Zamfara State is one of the states that produces gold, one of the states that produce gold in a very large quantity that is enough to feed the entire Africa for 100 years. It's in Adamawa State. But the government officials have commissioned individuals to be mining this gold individually for their selfish interest, not as a government. So they can use these resources to sustain. Then there is limestone. There is limestone in where is that country? Just a moment. Maybe I'm going to treat this matter next next time, not today. So in the north, they have so many solid resources in the north that is enough to develop the north as a modern country, modern nation. So we are irrelevant and we want to leave. I'm telling the zoo army today, we are irrelevant. Based on what they have said here, we have accepted that we are irrelevant. Let us go. Whether they like it or not, we will go by force. That force they are using to hold us together, we'll still use that same force to go. It's a promise, and it's happening this year. Now, Nigerians, wake up. They are now calling Nigerians to wake up and seize their destinies by yourselves, because no one will do it for you. But if they rise up today as they rose during the NSAS, the same army will come and shoot them. So when you say rise up, you should tell them to rise up and fight for the disintegration of the zoo. Now, they say, in conclusion, if there is any section of the country that is considered not relevant, then let them leave. The Constitution provides for federalism and all-inclusiveness, but even the army is regional, religious, and ethnic now, the group advised. So it's gonna need us any other any other analysis. Everything goes going now. So this is it. On that note, we will be coming to the end of this very broadcast. I thank you all for listening. On the 29th is our vote of no confidence day on the people who parade themselves as the political leaders in Igbo land. We are going to vote against them, and after that, there will be a new method on our madness. Whether we report it on the media or not, there will be a new madness on a new method on our madness in the Biafra restoration struggle. So now, before that, just like what I have said, you must make sure that you do your best to support the Eastern Security Network, because often when I know ọgụ ọkwa ESN na-anụ ọgụ a, ka m gwakwa unu nke bụ eziokwu. Ọ bụrụkwa mụnwa na-ekwu okwu na media na-anụ ọgụ a, ọkwa ESN na-anụ ọgụ a. Ọ bụrụkwa Simon Ekpa na-anụ ọgụ a, ọkwa ESN na-anụ ọgụ a. Ọ bụrụkwa gị nwa na-ege m ntị na-anụ ọgụ a, ọkwa ESN na-anụ ọgụ a. Ọ bụkwa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ na dungeon na-anụ ọgụ a, ọkwa ESN na-anụ ọgụ a. Ọgụ nkịtị. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-anụ ya diplomatically and based on who he is and standing for us. So Biafra is also in the dungeon there. So, but ndị na-anụ ya physically physically, but ESN. And the ESN cannot involve themselves in criminality in order to sustain the fight. They can't. Because we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. Omunagi ya sponsor ha. Omunagi ga fund ha. Omunagi ya bụ na fa lụrụ ọgụ alụrụ ya n'isi Biafra enwere onwe fa. Omunagi eme ya. Anybody who tells you otherwise does not want you free. Even na agụkwa gị bụ eziokwu ụmụnne m. Anybody who tells you that na ya ama nnụ ọgụ until anyị nwere onwe anyị is lying to you. Onye nwe achọrọ ka ị nwere onwe gị. Ọgụ nkịtị anyị a na-ewite egbe na mma. Ọwụ mma egbe na mgbọ with ogbu na igwe. And onwe ndị design go ga anụ dị ọgụ. Fa na anụkwa ya kịta. I need to take it to a greater height. Maka nwere onwe. Somebody said we are all fighting the war collectively. Yes, you are right, 100%. But only femininity when I said that. Ndubisi Chuku said you are all fighting the war collectively. You are 100% right. Nobody can argue it. But only femininity. Only femininity. Ife mmiri bụ by ndị bu egbe anwa n'aka those ndị bu the egbe n'aka n'ọlụ n'ime ọfịa na anụ dị ọgụ. We are all fighting the war collectively. Of course, I know I cannot deny that. I'm among. Anọkwa m na forefront. But o nwere ife mmiri na ndị Oliver si na ọ na-abụ okwu ndị ọ gwara amalugo. Ọ sara ebe kwuo okwu ndị ọ gwara amalugo. So I know what I'm saying. And I'm sure that going to the comment makwa ife mmiri. Though you are right. Yeah, so we move. So please, we must support and fund Eastern Security Network if you want them to sustain the battle until freedom is achieved. Let me take this call. Maybe it's going to be the last caller. Go ahead, caller, please.
The truth of Biafra covers me with goosebumps, but oh yeah, covers me with goosebumps. The truth of Biafra covers me with goosebumps, but every day covers me with the voice of Nnamdi Kanu covers me with goosebumps, but every day covers me with goosebumps. Biafra unite covers me with goosebumps, body. Oh yeah, covers me with goosebumps. ESN covers me with goosebumps, body. Our PM covers me with goosebumps, body. Vam covers me with goosebumps, body. Biafra 247 covers me with goosebumps, body. Aparawa Sonny covers me with goosebumps, body. Umuaka covers me with goosebumps. This is division of labor covers me with goosebumps. Easy Biafra covers me with goosebumps. Easy Biafra on a woman battle naru. Every day battle naru. Oh yeah. Abatu naru. Ututu abani abatu na. Easy Biafra. My brother, well done. The division of labor. Yeah, but the brother when they talk, he's supposed to know, say, you, the prime minister, they do your own. You, they do your own. And we know people when they collect, when they carry, when they front. So, when they talk, everybody, you know the argument. You're supposed to know. You know, people when they down there, you don't see the one where I don't know what, now if I you back there, where you go, when they read, when they talk, they fear when they mouth. You know, they talk like Biafra unite. You know, they talk like the leads of Biafra. The fear when they in voice was alarming. I shame to associate that person with Biafra. But anyway, we are also surprised because the same people will provide the private jets where they take several years. So now you see what they do. It is not taken for granted. The thing what Prime Minister do is not taking for granted. They are not video. Neither can I be able to do the one way they do. People waiting outside, they do their own, different from people waiting for ground they do. But people waiting for the forest, they confront AK-47. You know, say that one. Now, our brother won't tell you. So if you want to go for the donation, make you know what you need to go. People when they say they do front, when they do front line, they go for front line. They face the enemy face to face, physically. You know. So I get people. I mean, I want to go here, then go block his platform. They fight him in different ways. But you get people when they say if they touch them, you know, go see them again. But they know they don't give up their life before they enter that field. So my brothers, make una know there's no argument in waiting on the man what they know. Now he know what he the face, and we know what he the face. Last time I spoke to him, after a very long time, and we've been worried because we didn't hear his voice, and we know the situation of the zoo. We know somebody surrounded by the devils and demons and anything that is unholy and unclean. So we come to places, people ask, what about Biafra United? I see people typing and all those things. And we keep praying. I spoke to him last time, it was soon after he just closed his show. And I was so happy because I saw that not too long time ago he broadcasted. I was so, relieved. I was so happy that he was. Then I called him. He was already ending up. I called him. He was like, he just finished. I said, I know. I just wanted to talk to you. I said, talking to you reminds me just like when Oyendu comes out, when we hear his voice again, live and direct. That's the same feeling. You know, it's a joy. So, my brother, I know that you're already coming to an end. But you know, say somebody spoke a while ago about this people at the what is it called? So talking about political whatever. I didn't start this thing from the beginning. But you know, say the Democratic Party, the way that this system of the beast, you know, the Democrats and the what is it called? The Republican. One is the red, one is the blue. And when you get them together, you get the purple, the beast of revelation. So these are two wings of the same bird. And the Democrat is actually the Rome, which is Jesuit, Vatican, and while the Greek is the Democrat is the Greek, and the Republican is the Rome. So now, when we see there's another Democrat is being used to propagate this Muslim, they are so-called Christian, but you have to think beyond. Because this is a what is called social engineering, to work on mesmerize the mind of the people. And they want the population, so and they're using the Muslims to do it. This was why Obama was given the task to come and put Islam in our place for the first time. And this time also, these people are still supporting Islam in every time, in every way. This is why also they even make the Taliban succeed in what they are doing. They have their agenda. So that they don't give Tinubu or Ban Tinubu and all this. They know what they saw. They know the whole fraud. The indictment of a drug deal was in America. It wasn't in Niger area. So nothing is for them. So we have to think deeper. Don't get too emotional. We must be emotional because it's all about our life. But we have to control our emotion with thoughtfulness and digging and harvesting the truth of what is happening. Because Biafra is a must and will be light. And our light must go in our sun it be. So in the same sun they shine for the whole earth. You know, it's not limited to us alone. And we have to liberate even the West because they are also victims of lies. Because the West learns from Ethiopia, Africa. Ethiopia is our real name. Africa is a name imposed by Rome. So now the astronomy, mathematics, they started learning from us, the Greeks then before even the Romans. So we have to go take back our dignity. This is all what Biafra is going to do. The person who started fighting for black liberation is Marcus Mosiah Garvey, born in Jamaica. He designed our flag. These are one of those people who fulfilled the Deuteronomy 26, 68, 28, said that they will carry us in ships, slave coasts from our coast. You know, so this is our history. Bible is our history. The Yeshua is written there as a black person, woolly hair, I repeat again, wool here, check it in Revelation, check it in Daniel, the book of Daniel. Wool, you are white man don't get wool hair. The people who didn't show us Jesus, that one is the Caesar Boucher. So just long story short, our history, our omenana, our ordinana. So we don't forget our 400 years of suffering when Moses tell us, say, if we leave the way of the Most High, say they will carry us in sheep. There's no other people they carry the sheep going into the new Egypt, which is the new bondage, new slavery that we're just coming out of now. And Biafra is playing a big role. Be proud and take pride in doing the right thing and thinking deep. So Islam is Sharia. They want to exterminate us. And some people are using those things against us. So, but they will regret say they hold Nnamdi Kanu because we are coming now to open Quran to show them what they move them. As we know, the Democrats, but then they push them too. So, my brother, make I not go too deep. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bless the Lord.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you for that wonderful input. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for calling. God bless you for that wonderful one. All right, we move. And now, of course, we have come to the end of this very broadcast. ESN must be funded. If you want, na ESN, you all know the link, you all know the website www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is the website, the authentic website to fund Eastern Security Network is www.ipobinusa.org/donate. Go there. You don't need to wait until Eastern Security Network mega fundraising, which we have made weekly, because the stage where we are now, we need that fund on a weekly basis. But you don't need to wait for every Saturday to come and make your own donation. You can be donating each and every day or every time you want. Just go there to the official website of Eastern Security Network, website to donate. Go there and make your donation each and every. Make it a point of duty. You must make it a point of duty. This is something that gives you joy to do each and every day. The way you are happy to eat, the way you are happy to eat your food every day, you should be happy to contribute towards your freedom with joy and gladness. You don't need persuasion. You don't need anybody to persuade you or to force you. You need to do it with joy and gladness. Yes. Go there, make your contribution each and every time you deem it fit. You don't need to wait till fundraising. Yes. While after during the day of fundraising, you are all invited. But you don't need to wait till on Saturday to go and fund ESN. Or ya be feminine, they are the ones fighting off on abundant on the logo. That's what I mean. I ain't trying to know more and when they involve. Mazi Simon is highly involved and crucial in the battle. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you all know his own stand in the battle, in the war. When they don't even face the bullet, those people must be funded. You are not funding me. You are not any money contribute towards ESN. A dime, to be honest with you, with my whole heart, and God in heaven bear me witness. If I'm lying, let him strike me down. Any money contribute towards ESN in that very website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate for Eastern Security Network. A dime adamafianya. A dime anare rumaka. If I lie, may I not see tomorrow. If there is God, may he never allow me to see tomorrow. I don't see a dime. I don't receive a dime. Even Nagwagina pure. I don't see a dime. I don't receive a dime. So whatever you contribute goes to the ESN, and we are using it to fund the struggle for our liberation. But and I'm sure 100% no talk all the Simon. Simon does not see a dime that you contribute. The whole money goes to the appropriate channel. So you have to make sure you keep on doing it until we get to our destination. If not, the struggle. So thank you, my people. God bless you. God in heaven, in his infinity mercy, shower you all his blessings. God bless Mazinam Dekanu, bless Mazi Simon Ekpa, bless all the genuine Biafra agitators, bless all the genuine Biafrans who are highly involved in this very struggle, and bless our Eastern Security Network. May God bless you as you support the ESN. Thank you all. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.